There are 8 weight loss stages I see most people go through before succeeding, and the secret? You can skip the first 6 stages. So why do most people do the first 6 stages? It's not because it's physically hard or the information is hidden from you. Instead, it is because stages 7 and 8 are mentally and emotionally the hardest thing you can do. But I can tell you from experience as a weight loss coach that you're not going to believe me that stages 7 and 8 are what you need to do unless I paint the full story of a weight loss transformation that's gone from stage 1 all the way to 8. So let's start with stage 1. Things have gone totally awry. Maybe one day you notice your favorite pants can't be zipped up, or that walking up one flight of stairs has you gasping for air. Or maybe you are at your doctor's office and the number on the scale shocks you. You think, that's not me. Who is this? I gotta get back to being me. You're jolted into taking action. You're going to lose weight. So you start on your quest to learn everything you can to conquer getting into shape once and for all. Maybe you started out hearing calories are the big thing for losing weight. Or maybe you heard about intermittent fasting, keto, or some other diet that gets you results. You don't know which is best, so you listen to some influencers and gurus and it does not help. One group swears by calories in, calories out, while another swears by intermittent fasting or keto or some other diet. They're all saying different things and it is so confusing. So you say, fine, let's go for the most hardest thing possible because hey, no pain, no gain, right? I get that logic. I've done that logic. So maybe you start tracking, or maybe you start meal planning with gusto. And herein come the surprises. Like you're supposed to log portions and happily log 1 cup only to realize 1 US cup is entirely different than your home cup. Or you plan your meals to a T only to have a surprise delivery of donuts throw away all of your plans. Maybe you try to cook more, evaluating each recipe, ingredient by ingredient. Or maybe you try to be more careful when eating out, like turning down another plate of cheese and crackers when you would have happily gobbled up the entire platter in the past. It's taxing, but it's worth it because you're seeing results. That first week, you see a big weight drop. Maybe it's 1 pound, maybe it's 3 pounds, or maybe it's even 5 pound drop. Every week you're seeing weight drops. You're thinking this stuff is easy. I got this. You plot out your predicted weight loss based on your current rate and think, it's gonna be me. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But then slowly your meticulousness becomes hard. You skip weekends because as gurus say, one day isn't going to make or break you. Knowing what to log when you eat out starts becoming overwhelming. You don't know which food entry to log for your avocado toast from that artisanal cafe next door. Your cravings, which weren't around the first few weeks, are back with a vengeance. Suddenly you're munching as you work, as you watch TV. And after dinner, that need for sweet is back. And one day, it all comes crashing down. You're burnt out trying to meet your super low calories, and to rub salt in the wound, your weight gets stuck. Or worse, starts going up. You have been working hard, but it's impossible to keep up with habits that seemed easy the first week. You're exhausted, you're out of fuel, it's game over. You're back to where you were, your old life. Takeouts, chips while watching TV, insatiable need for sweets, that hum of dissatisfaction remains in the background. But over time, it gets louder and louder and louder, until you return to the point of giving it another go. Maybe you go look for a new method, or maybe you try the same thing again. It may be 1 more try, or 5 more tries, or maybe even 10 or more tries. But eventually, on your last try, you will end up here at better expectations. You're no longer in a hurry. You understand that it took years, if not decades, to get to where you're at right now. You expect that losing weight won't happen overnight. You have accepted that any progress is progress. What does this mean in practice? In our Badass Body Boss program, we coach toward a 0.5 to 1% body weight loss per week. Why? Because for lasting success, your physical changes, physiological reactions like hunger, cravings, energy, etc., and your psychological shifts like breaking out of self-sabotaging beliefs and relationship with food must all happen in lockstep. If anyone is lagging, you'll snap back to your old weight. A 0.5 to 1% body weight loss per week allows for all 3 levels to progress hand in hand at better targets. What's a calorie deficit that goes with the 0.5 to 1% body weight loss per week on average? Spoiler alert, not a blanket 500 calorie deficit for everyone. Why? Because here's how your body reacts at different calorie deficits. Notice how anything over 30% calorie deficit is a recipe for fighting your body instead of collaborating with it. And in a fight, your body will always eventually win. So in our Badass Body Boss program, we bring your body to your side at better tracking. Better tracking is tracking you find easy because there are so many ways to meet your calorie target. You could straight up count it, or you could use macros to meet those targets because calories is essentially carbs multiplied by 4 plus protein multiplied by 4 plus fat multiplied by 9. Or you could use intermittent fasting, which relies on your physical eating limits to get you to eat fewer calories. Or you could do a food group diet like keto or paleo, which use eliminating entire food groups and therefore eliminating the calories from them to get you to meet your calorie target. There are so many ways to meet your calorie target. What we have found in practice is that eventually you will end up with a mix and match of these solutions, which is your unique combination or path to lifelong success. That's why we built our Badass Body Boss program on this foundational premise of customization to find your unique path. At better understanding, you understand that your body controls your calories out lever. That's right, calories out isn't just about cardio or lifting, it's many things. Your body can reduce your calories out by making you feel lethargic, which then reduces your daily movements like how much you twitch, shake your legs, etc. You also come to understand how your actions affect your weight loss trends. Poor sleep causes more hunger and cravings. A new intense exercise regimen ups your water retention and therefore weight. Eating out before a check-in also ups your water retention and therefore weight. A diet of mostly junk and sweets lowers your calorie burn because they digest more easily than a high nutritious diet. Your metabolism slows down as you keep eating in a calorie deficit. You become adept at correlating these factors with your weight loss trends, and things are no longer a mystery to you. In fact, unraveling your body from mysterious to predictable is one of the key things we guide you through in our Badass Body Boss program. At better adjustments. Once you understand these factors, you tune your habits to optimize for the weight trends you want to see, like upping your food quality so your calorie burn increases as well as you feel full longer. Tracking not just your weight, but your fat versus lean mass changes so you can tell desired versus undesired weight loss apart. Just like with targets, we have found in our Badass Body Boss program that discovering the unique combination of strategies and adjustments per student is key to lifelong success. And finally, at better mindset. How you feel and the numbers you track are all just data. They don't mean anything in of themselves. If you choose to see them as just data, you will learn a tremendous amount about your current situation and what to do next. You no longer think, what more can I do? Instead, you think, what is the one thing to do, and cut out everything else. You no longer think, I can't do this for life, but this is only until I get to my goal. Instead, you think, I'm not deferring happiness until some goal. And yeah, this journey is slower than your high effort attempts, but it's gonna last. As you cement each understanding, each adjustment, each mindset, you're transformed forever. These become automatic, mindless, like driving a car for the 100th time. You no longer need to think of the exact amount to turn the steering wheel to make a turn. You return to where you started, eating without counting, food without it consuming your thoughts and being a source of worry. Because now you do the same things, but you do it with understanding. You understand how each thing you eat affects your health, not just medically or for looks, but you have seen the benefits in other ways. You realize you were exhausted all the time. You realize you lived in a mental fog, in a perpetual sugar coma. Life has changed in ways you didn't believe because you hadn't experienced it firsthand. Like how you don't know what being in love really feels like until you fall in love with the love of your life. That's how it feels on the other end. And once you get here, you can't go back because it's not just about weight or fitness. It's because you are a new person and you love being this new person. If you feel like you would love to be coached through this transformation, get a free sneak peek into my Badass Body Boss program with the link in the description below. And also, you can check out this video to unravel the mental and emotional game in weight loss, or this video that's more on the tactical side of weight loss. And remember, you can do it.